Which disciple can I learn from? Oh, saints. Oh, saints. Which disciple is distinguished as the disciple that loved Jesus, or is called the one whom Jesus loved? John. John stands out distinguished amongst all disciples as the one whom Jesus loved. Ellen White says he responded, out of all of them, he responded the most greatly to the love of Jesus. So I said, Lord, if I'm going to make it through the coming storm, I need to have the experience of John. Whatever ingredients, I said, Lord, show me what ingredients did this man use. Do you know, friends, a recipe is very good if you stick to the ingredients. So I'm saying, when I realize this is the end product, beloved John, I want to get there. God says there are recipes. Follow these recipes and you'll get there. But I realize I must step fast because a storm's coming. I must step fast to get there. So I want us to see from the Bible. Actually, I'm not going to prove this because we've all said John. So I'm not going to prove it's John the Beloved. I'm going to read a quotation. Question then. Can I ask you this as well then, saints? Just use common sense. Just use common sense. If John received the love of Jesus as no disciple, if he experienced this love as no disciple, what then can we say John had a true experience of? Besides love now, love is the root. What did you say? That since sin he had a rich sanctification. So that means then that if he experienced the love of God the strongest, that means he had the greatest experience of what? Sanctification. So I want us to see the quotation. Listen to what she says. She says, in the life of the disciple John, what does she say? True sanctification is what? Exemplified. So in the life of John, do we see true sanctification? Now what I'm going to say, can I rub out some of this? Okay, let me write in the bottom because I'm coming back to this. So I'm going to have to write maybe in the bottom. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to write here John, right? And I'm going to say here true sanctification. True sanctification. I'm going to put here 1, 2, and then I'm going to just put a. So I want us to see what were the main 2 ingredients. There's more ingredients. We can't study everything now. But what were the main 2 ingredients, does inspiration say, brought John to such a place as that he was distinguished as a disciple whom Jesus loved? In other words, what was the ingredient that he used? Now let me suggest this as well in the same breath. That we are told in the book Acts of the Apostles that John and Judas represent those in the church, the Seventh-day Adventist church, that just before the final crisis breaks, there's going to be 2 kinds of disciples in the church. Those who will develop the character like John, and those who will develop the character like Judas. Did Judas betray and abandon the faith? Before I read this quotation, I want you to see this. She says, John and Judas are representatives of those who profess to be what? Christ's followers. So both of them represent Christ's followers in the church. And we are told very clearly that there's actually going to be Judases within our ranks. She says very clearly in Sparglin and Megan, she says, I saw that the nominal church and nominal who? Adventists like Judas would betray us to the Catholics to obtain their influence to come against the truth. So she's very clear that there's going to be Judases within our ranks that are going to betray us. And I said, Lord, can't be amongst us here, present truth believers, not here. Maybe in the nominal groups, not here, we present truth believers. God said, volume 5, 81. He said, even, inspiration says, even in places where you see only flaws of rich wheat. You know what's wheat? It's wheat, the fake or the true. The true. So she's saying, even in places where it seems to be only flaws of rich wheat, like, yeah, it appears there's only rich wheat, she says they're going to be borne away on a cloud. She says it will be borne away. She says very clearly, she says much of it which appears genuine now, when the Lord's fan is in his hand to thoroughly purge his floor, she says much of it which appears genuine is going to be blown away. Saints, we need Jesus. We really need Jesus. We in need of him. We are in need of this love.